think the most important thing to highlight is that President Trump really wants to get a deal right now. We're going into the midterm elections. We have high gasoline prices, high global oil prices, and the Iranians look at that and say, okay, so we actually still have some leverage. So they are driving a very, very hard bargain. And what I think they are testing is where the limits of President Trump's patience really are.
Let's bring in former U.S. Ambassador to NATO, Kurt Volker. He also served as special representative for Ukraine negotiations. So good to see you. Thank you for being here. I want to, before we get started, I'd like to, as we get started, put up the list of what we're looking at so far. So the reporting right now is 60-day ceasefire extension, open the Strait of Hormuz with no tolls. Iran would clear the mines deployed in the strait, and the U.S. would lift the blockade on Iranian ports. And here's the big one. Iran would be allowed to sell oil. Now, we understand the nuclear issues still need to be negotiated, but what are your thoughts right now on where things stand at literally this hour?
Right. Well, I think the most important thing to highlight is that President Trump really wants to get a deal right now. We're going into the midterm elections. We have high gasoline prices, high global oil prices, and the Iranians look at that and say, okay, so we actually still have some leverage. So they are driving a very, very hard bargain. And what I think they are testing is where the limits of President Trump's patience really are. Can they, at this stage, defer all discussion about the nuclear issues, make some vague promises that we will get there, but not really close the deal? And can they reopen the Strait of Hormuz, but still put in place some administrative controls, like people have to coordinate the passage with the Iranian Navy, which will give Iran leverage over time. So these are the kind of things that Iran is still trying to get because they feel that we need this deal more than they do at this time.
Yeah, and they've definitely been expressing that. And we've heard the president say that we are 95% there. And when I see that 5%, I feel like that might be the longest 5% in history.
Exactly. Yeah, it's always the last bit that's the tough part. So all of the things on that list that you read out, none of them are that difficult for Iran to agree to, with the exception of fully and freely opening the Strait of Hormuz. This is one thing they have gained in the course of this conflict, and they are determined to try to keep that now. And they are basically daring President Trump to prolong this war for a very long time, right. Something that they think he does not want to do.
And he's getting pushback, not just from Democrats. I'm going to put something up from the Wall Street Journal here, call for number 2. The Wall Street Journal wrote in an opinion piece, will Trump bail out Iran's regime? The editorial board writing, the basic problem lies with ending U.S. pressure before dismantling the nuclear program. If the blockade ends and Iran can sell its oil, all that's left to coerce it into nuclear concessions is the threat of renewed war. We have also seen some hawks. Senators Ted Cruz and Lindsey Graham, they are really concerned here.
Yeah, and frankly, I would have to agree with that, because I don't think this regime will ever be a fair regime, not only to its own people, but to shipping in the Persian Gulf, to the United States, to Israel, to Gulf allies. They are going to do whatever they can to wriggle out of the pressure that they're under now and put themselves in a stronger position. And I do think that that will be the case as long as this regime remains in power. So having started this, I would be advocating, along with some of the senators that you mentioned, we really have to go all the way. We can't ease up on the pressure at all.
Well, we will continue, obviously, to watch. Former U.S. Ambassador to NATO, Kurt Volker, thank you so much. Good to see you on this day.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube, and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.